Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys we are on part 3 of my collection video. If you guys are enjoying this video, remember to give a thumbs up to the video down below so I know actually you guys can communicate that you're enjoying this video. Because guys, if you're just tuning into this video, we're going to be going through my entire collection. We have a lot of binders to go through. We're on binder number 1. It's taking a little bit longer because there's a lot I want to talk about in this binder. In addition to that, we'll probably go through all my decks eventually, and all my playmats as well. So there's a lot to go through. So let's get started, guys. Like I said, just grab some popcorn. This is me talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And my cards and just stories. So grab some popcorn, grab some ramen, whatever you're doing, if you're doing some deck building as well. And just let's go through this deck stuff. So we left off on this page, which I kind of had to hurry up last time because my camera was about to die. So the cool story about these guys is these are my magical hats. I actually have a couple supers I picked up back in the day, and I used to play this in my Harpy deck. If you guys remember, back when Harpies, the new version of Harpies came out doing Lore of the Tachyon Galaxy, people teched out Magician's Hat and Harpies so you could get your hysteric sign plays off. And I had these supers already, so I got to rock the supers. But I've always just liked collecting all the different Dark Magician cards out there that are like, you know, Dark Curtain and Thousand Knives and this card and that card, magical hats. Just because they're kind of cool and they're very iconic cards. But yeah, I got to play with these back in the day. And like I was talking about, this Dark Nephris card, this was, I don't think this was the first ultimate rare I ever pulled, but I love this card to pieces. It looks beautiful. The Rocket Warrior, Joey Wheeler, man, I love this 10 promo one that I got from years ago. It's gorgeous. Archlord Zero, this is one of the first hollows I pulled back in the day. I remember from like, that I actually like, I think I went to a not a 7-Eleven, but I know I went to some store and got that with my grandma. Dark Flare Knight. I've always wanted to build a deck around this card, but it's not good enough to build a deck around. And then we have here, I can never pronounce this card here, but Saria. This I actually got out of, this is actually mine, by the way. So this is a DDS card. So I actually have a couple of DDS cards. I don't have any Blue Eyes DDS or Dark Magician DDS, sadly. I would like to get my hands on a Blue Eyes DDS, even if it was lightly played. Because I just want it. It doesn't need to be a gem 10. It could be like a 6, and I would be a happy camper, or a 5. I don't need it to be gem meant 10. I just want it because it looks cool. You know, and it looks nice, and because of my channel. But alas, they have gone up in price year after year after year to the point where I'm probably never going to get one. But hey, I'm just going to put that out there. But I did pull these because I actually used to play the DDS game. I actually have it somewhere. It's probably packed away. I don't know where. But I have these and a couple other cards from DDS that you'll see that I've just had for years. This is kind of funny here. So, I got this years ago. This is a funny story. I got this Red Eyes Darkness Dragon. These are the ones I got out of the original Zombie Horde structure deck, quote-unquote, back in the GX era. Well, I got one of them. A friend got me one for like a birthday, and I pulled this one. And I found out years later it was a fake structure deck that was printed exactly, had the same exact cards, came out at the same exact time. I don't know if this was what was going around with Upper Deck back in the day, where they were printing fake cards, but I kind of wonder. Because, sorry guys, as you can see here, it's really fake. Like it's very glossy, and if I compare it to the real one in the light, you probably can tell there's somewhat of a difference. And if I really put it up on the screen, you can see the text is really different. Like you can tell. But if I look at the back, guys. Could you tell the difference? You can't. It's the same exact thing, guys. Same exact thing. You got the Konami logo, everything. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting, but I found out that these were the real ones, and that this one is a fake. So I don't know if this came back from back when Upper Deck was printing fake cards back in then, apparently. But I actually think that because it's a zombie dragon, quote unquote, well, not a zombie dragon, but like it's kind of like it's breathing a little bit of fire out of its mouth and everything. It just looks really cool, glossy like that. So I think the fake one actually looks really cool. I thought it was a misprint for years until somebody's like, no, that's a fake. I was like, how? It came out of the legit structure deck. Alas, I was misled. So thank you to my friend for giving me a fake structure deck for my birthday. 7 Tools of the Bandit. Used to use this back in the day. You've seen this card probably in a lot of artworks, quote unquote, but this is Behemoth, the King of the Animals. I like collecting different cards, just the old hollows, because they just have stories. A lot of the older cards have a lot of stories behind them, so I like collecting them. Silent Paladin, I got these for like 10 cents a piece, and now they're like $1 or $2. I don't use them in any of my silent decks, but maybe one day. The Dark Magician Alternate Arc that originally came out. Counselor Lily, because I love all the Lily cards. Like, I love Injection Fairy Lilies, which you'll see in my decks coming up. Time Wizard, a random Time Wizard I have that I pulled back after getting an A on a math test back in the day. Thank you, Dad, for that. These are just cards I like aesthetically, like Vampire Vamp, super rare, first eds. I have a whole couple. As you can see, like there's more than one behind here. Like if I pulled this out, yeah, see, like there's 3 Vampire Vamps just like laying behind there, right? So I like this card aesthetically. It just looks cool. You can say other things about it, but I think it just looks cool. I may play it in a vampire deck coming up, I think, maybe. We'll see. It's funny, you collect some of these cards and then years later they get used in decks and you're like, huh, I have the higher rarity. Just like aesthetically, I like this card too, the white hair. Because actually, if you guys don't know, I was born with some white hair. If you look at my hair, ever since I was 13, I've had pepper hair. Yeah, I've actually been like aging at 13 years old very fast. Next we have Baby Dragon, an extra one I keep in here. Freed, the Braid Wanderer. I love this card to pieces. This one I played specifically in an old deck back in the day. But I just love playing them. Next we have Kaiku, the Ghost Destroyer. I have a couple Kaikus, to be honest with you. Yeah, you can see here I have like 2 right here, and then I have another one in one of my other decks. These are super rares. I used to play Kaiku in a lot of decks because of Chaos Control, and so I kind of thought it was a great dark target, a great beater, and a good effect, because I could get rid of your light and darks engraved, so you didn't have to drop a BLS or something, you know, dot light and dark, even all the way up to Chaos Sorcerer days when we used to run that card before it got limited. The ZY tank, and then some of the tanks that I pulled over the years. I have a whole bunch. Like I said, again, I got a whole bunch of them in here. Like, if I pull this out, you got super, 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 like all supers, guys. Like, I have loads of this stuff because I always got things because I used to play this deck as a deck back in the day. So you're going to see a lot of play sets of stuff because I used to play them in old school decks that no longer exists. Alternate artwork of XYZ Dragon, I love it. Big Core. Eventually I built a Gradius deck, which I did a deck profile like a year or 2 ago. I need to update that. United We Stand. I have a whole bunch of these, but this one is the one I used, I believe, because it got limited. But I used to use this in a lot of Warrior Toolbox strategies with Marauding Captain. What do we got over here? We got more. We got Gandora, the Jump Promo Destroyer. I finally picked up another Gandora from a buddy of mine. So my Gandora deck that I did a deck profile of earlier this year, it has one Jump promo in it finally, which is awesome. That's a little bit lightly played. It's not a nicer. This one's a nicer condition as a Jump promo, but I got it in there, so now I have a Jump promo I can play with, which is awesome in that deck. Invader of Darkness, I had so hoped when I pulled this secret rare back in the day. This is a first ed. Well, I got a couple of them here. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff. This one right here, though, the first ed one, I pulled this out of a pack back in the day, and I really was so upset. I thought this was going to be a BLS, but alas, I did finally pull a BLS back then. Change of Hearts, I got a bunch of those because I used to play them in different decks. Staple card back then. Metamorphosis, I used this in a Cyberstein deck profile that I did back in the day, and a deck I did, because I pulled the rares out of, I think it was Dark Beginnings 2. So I had one, when we broke the deck up eventually when it got banned, I got a rare, I got 2 of the rares, and my buddy got 1 of them. So I have a couple, I've always wanted to rebuild a Cyberstein OTK deck just for this channel. If you would like to see that, comment down below, and I will get to that. If you guys would like to just see me do an old school deck, you know, build some old school decks for fun. Mirror Wall card was broken in Duel Links, but awesome here. I just like the artwork, especially the anime lore behind it too, which is kind of cool. This card I love to pieces, and I'm so happy that I got a super rare to play. I finally got a super rare before the prices just went crazy. But that's the Ruined Queen of Oblivion. I love this card as a super rare. I got this first ed one out of a random pack I got at a convention, and I pulled it. And I'm so happy because I love this card as a super rare. And as you guys will see, like, I have Power Tool Dragon, Tin Promo. But you're going to see a lot in this, all of my binders. I collect vanilla cards with cool flavor text as well. So like this one came out of Legendary Collection Joey's World, and I pulled this one day randomly out of a Commons box and got it for like 25 cents, and I think it's like $1 or something, but it's just such a cool flavor text. So the card's name is Wolf. You can see that. And the flavor text says this: this alpha wolf uses his sense of I can't even say this properly. Okay, I'm saying like a German. This alpha wolf uses his sense of smell to find the enemy. Hey, quit sniffing at my socks. And if you don't believe me, that's verbatim what it says right there. It's literally, I love that. When I found that in the Commons box and I showed it to my buddies, they're like, oh, if I knew that was there, I would have gotten it. Because it's just such a funny flavor text. Yo, this card, this right here, this is some cool stuff here. So there's a story behind this card. So for 10, almost 12 years, I tried my darndest to find Trial of HE double toothpicks. So if you guys don't know the story, the first edition Legend of Blue Eyes had this card named Trial of Hell. Every edition after the first edition has it called Trial of Nightmare because the children you can't put HE double toothpicks in the name. So I spent years trying to find this card because apparently it was a short print common from what I was told. And I would go through Commons box and 10 after 10 of every player that brought stuff into me. Until one day, I tell this story to my friend. I'm like, you know, I've been looking for this card for 12 years. I'm at the card shop. He's like, I got that card, you know. I was like, what? And I hadn't, every time I would ask to ask somebody, you know, hey, like I could easily go online and brought it, but it was one of those cards I was like, I'm going to find this card. I'm not going to go buy it. I'm going to find it. So he's like, I got it. And he shows it to me, and I'm like, how much? And he's like, I'll give it to you for free. Because he was a good friend. So thank you to him. He always came up with crazy deck profiles. He's done some deck profiles on this channel back in the day. I'm glad that he's back playing Yu-Gi-Oh, by the way. He had some rough stuff that happened to him a few years ago when he was at a tournament at a YCS. But alas, he's back in. I'm so happy about that. But thank you, man, so much. If you're watching this video, you know who I'm talking about. Thank you for this card. I keep this in my main binder because this is a card that I spent 12 years of my life looking for. Trial of double toothpicks. I finally have it. If you watch any of my other videos, I was looking for this card and I finally found it about 2 years ago. I was so ecstatic. We also have Axa Despair. This is the Japanese version. I found this out of a random Commons box too. Somebody who just came back from Japan, they had a whole bunch of old Japanese cards, so I found this and I picked it up for nothing. But that's an Axa Despair Japanese version. Ectoplasm. I love that card. Looks cool. Chthonian Alliance. Bro, this card is not a great card. But as an ultra rare, it is gorgeous, I think. Like, I think it's one of the nicest ultimate rares that I actually have ever pulled. And just as a holo, it looks nice, even though the card is no good. Now, you probably are wondering, why do you have these random DTs in here? Right here, Seto. Why do you have these random DT cards in your deck? These were given to, my brother got these from me. We went to an anime convention up in D.C., Washington, District of Columbia, Washington, D.C., for a couple years, and each time we would play the dual terminal game they had there, and I got these 4 of the times we went, and he got the other 2. So these are from my brother. Next I have Wacky Alchemy. I just think that's another nice ultimate rare. I have a couple of these actually. I just think they look cool. What else do we got here? Oh, there's so much cool stuff here. We got to keep going through this binder, man. So many cool stories. Interdimensional Transport. I used to run this in some fun strategies, especially when I played a DD deck back in the day. These Blue Eyes White Dragons here, though. These Blue Eyes and this Kaiba man. If you notice, they're all signed. Well, I want to thank my man, Yugi No. Yu-Gi-Oh! Jesus. He signed these for me. And I am eternally grateful for him because I apologize, man, if you're watching this video. I know I haven't texted you as much. But I want to just say, man, thank you for everything. I really appreciate your content and everything you've done. I know how much you love the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff, but just thank you for everything you've done, Yugi No. And thank you for signing these cards back when you used to do mail call videos. I got these signed by him, and he sent them back to me. So I have a Kaiba man, a fake Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is awesome, and a Blue Eyes White Dragon I had him sign as well. Last Turn. This card is so gorgeous in its artwork. I have a couple of them, but it's a banned card. Really, really broken card. There was some broken little combo you could do back in the day with Last Turn. But I have a couple of them, not because they're playable or anything, but I used to pick up also, guys, just to let you know, like, I have a lot of these old school cards, and you may say, well, why did you never get rid of them? Why did you never sell them? Because I always, in my heart of hearts, had a feeling that I was going to go back and build some old school decks one day, and that kind of happened eventually. But also because of the memories. So that's what we got here. We also have a Chthonian Soldier Ultimate Rare, which is cool. I got a Ultimate Rare Cyber Barrel Dragon. I liked it because it was Zane. More United We Stands. I got a ton of these things. Like I said, I used to play them in a lot of decks because I played a lot of warrior strategies. Super Rare Flame Swordsman. Super Rare Kunai with Change, and also Salamangreat DDSs. These were my brother got a DDS, so that's where one of these is from, and then this one's mine. So yeah, DDS of that. So you can see I have like all the like Joey cards right here. Extra Hysteric Sign because this is the one I had in my deck when I topped an event with Harpies back in the day. I topped at a regionals, got my invite. It was really cool. Giant Trunade. Love this card. I keep it as a super rare Joey cards in this section, as you can see. Venomanaga. It's not the secret, but I may use this in a deck eventually. Triangle Ecstasy. I love this card. Ultimate Rare Insect level 5. I pulled this back in the day. Just looks really badass. I just think it looks like a cool Ultimate Rare, so I keep them sleeved. Butterfly Daga Elma. I have a couple of these. Are these all super rare? No, these are the rare ones, and then this is a super rare one from DCR. This is the one I used actually back in the day, though, because I did play that deck, the Exodia deck, a little bit. We got Hero as a secret rare. This is not a legit mechanical chaser. This is the Legendary Collection Yugi's World, but I picked them up because I may build the deck eventually, like a beatdown strategy. Tribute to the Doom, Cards of Sanctity, just cool super rares. Mirage Knight, Cyber Phoenix Enforcer, Legendary Collection, Berserk Dragon. I thought that artwork was cool. Battle Warrior, because the artwork looks cool. Matat because this card is awesome and really cool in the GX anime. But hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I'm going to end this right now because we're at the 20-minute mark. I'm trying to make these at 20 minutes. We'll finish this binder off and start with a new binder next time. But if you guys are enjoying this video, like I said, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time on my video. Take care, everybody. Good luck dueling to all of you, and thank you for watching this video and going down memory lane with me.